You're such an asshole.
It's too early in the morning for this. I just woke. I didn't even shower. I even couldn't find my pajamas. They're downstairs because I washed them yesterday. I'm like, oh yeah. So I'm wearing the clothes from yesterday. I got my coffee. It's not warm enough. And right off the bat, man, like like everyone else, you get up, you look at your phone. I hit the Twitter. What's that dark Ryan Stone got to say? And there's yet another recommended red pill manosphere avatar recommended to me because this person paid to have it done so. And it's some masculine avatar. It's not a face. God, no, it's not a human person face. It's some freaking avatar. Again, these avatar experts is what I call them. And I'm sick and tired of it. And now I'm going to do a video about it. So I can help prevent what limited audience I have from wasting their time. And just to expose these freaking frauds for what they are. Normally I don't do this infighting kind of stuff. But I already have a distaste for life coaches because of their fraudulent, hypocritical nature. I'm sick of this. So let me explain it. Ryan Stone he's really, and you know what? Let me promote his book. What, a real man who wrote a real book. I got it right here. I have to think. Ryan's on top of his game. Ryan introduces new things. He doesn't regurgitate crap that other people came up with. Take my class. I'm an expert on internet. The Fook Files from Ryan Stone, where he documents him going out into the field. Anyway, so Ryan, and Rollo a little bit too, but Ryan's an expert on the internet finding these self-declared red pill experts who, and it's so scripted, guys. It's so scripted where it's a Twitter account that is all of 30 seconds old. It has 40,000 followers and they're nobody. I don't mean like they're nobody. I've never heard of them. Who are these people? Like this is just literally some came fresh off the boat and like, oh, hey, this many. And what it is that they paid for these subscribers is what it was. There's never a face. There's never a face. And it's always teaching men how to be men again. Recapturing the patriarchy. I'm not saying that me and the guys at Rule Zero, or all the other, maybe not on Rule Zero, but the guys I've known for literally over 10 years, that were the end all be all. But it literally is, who is this? I don't even know their name. And that's a telltale sign too, when there is no real name. Bobson. I was going to say Thor, but Thor's a real guy and he really does do the work. Thor Thorensen, not the real Thor, whose wife Missy. If you guys are looking to donate some money this Christmas time, please do. They could use it because she has gone through a horrible accident and has some health bills. Anyway, some nom de plume. And it's the same tapioca pudding crap they're going to claim. Get you the girls! Establishing patriarchy! Raising the masculine family. Oh, the number of dad. And the number of not Phil Foster and not Zach Small. See, and we'll get to those. I'll give you an example, though. Like, Phil Foster was first and foremost, still is to this day, a builder. Zach, I think, was Special Forces. These guys are real. They just happen to be fathers along the way and do red pill stuff. But then you get some kid who's got his first pube coming off his chin. I'm going to teach you how to get girls. I'm going to teach you how to raise a family. There's those, and then there's always these guys with beards. If you do find a picture of them, if there is, they got beards. I have a beard. Look at me. I grew a beard because everybody else did, and I wasn't original like Rich Cooper. Let me tell you something, Hulk. They're as fake as professional wrestling. And then, and I, just so you know, guys, this is the economist in me. You pick up patterns, and patterns are indicative of people replicating behavior. There's an algorithm, there's a formula, which means it's fake. It's AstroTurf. So they got the Twitter account that's 2.5 minutes old and has 100,000 subscribers. They're selling some crap that we've been giving away for free, either in books or through teaching or else other stuff like that. And there's no real new stuff. Like, they're literally ripping off whoever it is, Rollo, Rich, me, whoever. Which is fine. Go ahead, spread the gospel. I don't care. But it's the get your woman. Oh, there's a guy who advertises. Let me get your woman back for you. Christian, of course. Hey, that's another thing. If the solution is, hey, if you just do this, everything would be great. And there's no like, oh yeah, you got to do the work, or it's bad, or give up on it, accept defeat, take the L. Could be a poser. But you got the avatar, no face, bunch of subscribers in 2.5 minutes, and then you go to the website, and it's immediately like selling books or class. Again, I don't begrudge anyone from doing that, but if that's all you like, go to my site, Captain Capitalism. Yeah, off to the left, there's even the links. It's like I linked the book, sure. There's like to the podcast, there's material, there's content, and there's a library of work that goes back 15 years. Literally 15 years. You go to their site immediately. There was one site I went to. Boost testosterone. Like, you have 4 options. Boost testosterone, give up porn. I forget. Get the girls. And those are the like, you go to the site and it's crappier than my site. Asshole Consulting. Well, nothing's quite that crappy, but you could tell it was done with some. I didn't even drop the extra money on Squarespace, like where they help you out with the tools. Obviously, I just went straight with WordPress. But it's authentic. You know what I'm saying? You go to my website, go there, take a look. Like, yep, a rookie guy did this, but he tried and it came out this way. It's not prepackaged. You know what I'm saying? It's not AstroTurf. But these, and they all scroll down. They all straight scroll. There was one. You had to scroll 18 pages to get to a video to see what the hell is this guy? And here's this 18-year-old child. Let me tell you how to get girls. And that's the other way to tell. They're either super young and they're giving you advice. It's like, dude, like, you have not, dude, no, man. You just graduated from the 7th grade. No. Or if I see another bearded motherfucker, no offense, Rich Cooper, you're the original one. I got a beard. Let me tell you something, Hulk Hogan. Because that's also not replicating. It's too early in the morning, guys. It's just I'm pissed off, but I'm groggy. My brain isn't fun. It's an angry, tired brain. It's mimicking. It's copycatting, meaning no originality. You grew a freaking beard because you saw a bunch of special op guys 15 years ago grow one. And that's what we do. We grow beards. Yeah, you know who was the original guy that grew a beard? Jack Donovan. Now, he was original. Still is original. And what it is, it's the old, and this is the same formula as life coach, but life coaches have an extra special place of hatred in my heart. But it's the old, how do you make money during a gold rush? You sell gold equipment. You sell gold rush, gold panning, gold digging equipment. You don't go actually dig the gold because there ain't no gold out there. Or the chances you find it are actually quite small. But you do make a fortune selling the tools. That's what these guys do. Look, a lot of this data has already been out there. All right. You get it for free for books for a fraction of the cost, predominantly Rollo's, sometimes mine, or your favorite authors. Right? Troy Francis, he's the library. And there's another thing. I know I'm kind of all over the place here. Troy Francis catches a lot of guff, but I'll give you Troy Francis let me give you an example of where Troy Francis is legit as an example. Troy Francis has been doing this long before he ever ran into the Rule Zero guys, long before this red pill stuff came along. And he has also a library at work. Now, why he took it off the internet, I don't know. Thankfully, he put it back on. But these books go back 5-6 years, I think. And if you know anything about Troy Francis's background, it was not easy. That man went through hell. And that's another ultimate thing that this, and it's recent. That's the all. Just like it came within the past 6 months. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Do any of these guys have a job? That's the rule, the original one that I had. I'm like, who is? And this is brought up by the guy who does the 21 con. I can't remember his name. He's a kid, and it turned out, I guess he was a kid. Like he was 18 when we started these conventions. Well, you have no experience. Rich Cooper started a financing car company of some kind. I don't know, but he started a company. Roll, you guys know he's alcohol distributing marketing guy. Meaning, gosh, what? Security guard, credit analyst, economist. You know, that was that in the past. You know, you go through, and Troy Francis, he was a bouncer. You know, he worked regular blue collar job and then came and did this for 10, 15 years before he wrote books or anything like that. And Foster again, builder. Zach, I believe, special ops, military. These are real men who had real jobs. And as an accident, I'd say in most people's cases, a byproduct, or it was just a hobby. Like, I didn't write books. I'm going to start this thing called asshole consulting. Had no clue. None. I thought this book, actually, it was all economics. There's a mismatch between the market. And men and women are a market. It is economics. I'm going to write some books. And a book, and that led to more. I didn't come out here. And asshole consulting, as anyone who knows my background, like, it was a lark. It was a joke. I'm not sure, but if you allow me this little bit of claim to fame, I'm the first one to come up with an idea of consulting. And then everybody else came. But please look it up. I could be wrong. Asshole consulting's coming up on 8 years old now. But it was a joke. It's like, I gotta get people to ask less questions. I don't have time to answer the questions. This will be fun. This will be a bit of beer money. I had no idea I was opening up a whole new industry. But I didn't like that. I'm going to make mint on this. It really was a way to get less questions because I didn't have time to answer the questions. But that's the difference. The point I'm trying to make between this wave of freaking self-declared nobodies coming in saying they found Christ, which is, again, it's like, okay, look, let's use religion as an analogy. You want to spread the word of God. Okay, you want to spread the word of Christ. You want to save souls. All right, that's fine. But geez, can you tell the difference between a televangelist fake fraud? Can you tell the difference between a popular what's it called? What's his name? And he's even probably more legit. Joel Osteen, versus the real pastor, like a Beckloff, even though he's not a pastor, a real penitent Christian. Can you tell the difference between a snake oil salesman and people who, do you look at their backgrounds? That's what I was going to say with the 21 convention guy. Like, that guy had no job before. That was his job, was running conventions, right? I don't know how he fell into it. That kind of the rule that I'm like, well, who were they before? Did they walk in a path? Did they get any seeds? Was there a galvanizing process that turned him from a young man into a real man, a young boy into a real man? That they could bring something more than, hey, lift weights, da-da-da. I mean, if you look at the books that are written nowadays by anyone like sincere, it's like, here's the new material, blah, 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 blah. And the solution, which at most will take up one chapter, is a regurgitation and a repeat of what we've been saying. And if you want to tell an authentic individual, they're sick and tired of telling you the same damn stuff. They're sick and tired of it. Do the work. There are no cheat codes. Go to the gym. Like, that is like the asterisk back. Like, yeah. It's the new stuff. Okay, Rolla hits a thing with religion. Obviously, my expertise is economics. But this crap, let me tell you this. You see lists. Oh my God, you see lists. 7 ways to benefit from. And their avatar is a masculine looking man, not a real man, an avatar drawing of a masculine bearded man or a gorilla. If I see any more effing apes, any more from the monkey family, the gorilla, masculinity, virile. And so that's why I want to, I don't know, not warn, but like, do this to everybody. It's no different. They are life coaches. Okay. And let me tell you what most life coaches are. Most life coaches are losers who sucked at life. All right. I've seen, like, I'm not kidding. A parallel would be, we did a poll between Chinese students and American students. And the top three things that the Chinese wanted to do was like astronaut, surgeon, legit. But the Americans was like social media influencer, YouTuber, do. And I've even seen young people, like, when they fail, they go and get their liberal arts and we're talking literally people 24, 25. They go get their worthless liberal arts degree. And they're like, I want to be a life coach. How dare you? It's as arrogant as like journalism majors. I'm going to tell people what to think, or political science majors. At 18, I'm going to tell people how to live. And here you got these proven failures in life. Where the only thing, well, maybe I'll become a life coach. I know I can buy that for $100 and that for $100. Oh, let me tell you how to lighten up. Admittedly, this is disproportionately gals, but they're wash-ups. They're nobodies. They're losers. They're 24, 25-year-old children. My God, Michaela Peterson would be like, yeah, there's a name. There's a perfect example who should just shut up. One of the, and she's not the example of it, but I mean, to give the sub-example, mommy and daddy footed the bill. I was so pissed off when she was like, so I'm trying to figure out where to live. Like, where can I find wineries? I'm like, bitch, when I was 32, I'm like, where can I afford rent? And she's, well, I think it's Tennessee, maybe overseas. And like, obviously gets on the coattails of her father. That is someone you should not be taking advice from. That's someone who's had life on easy mode. All right. Okay, maybe she's a mother. Maybe she got married. Maybe there's a little bit of experience there. But if you're 25, like, I have the answers, everybody. You haven't even played the game. You do not have one gray hair. Not one gray pube. Matter of fact, your pubes are just recently installed. Shut up. And that's where you see these 20-something like, I may be a life coach. No, you failed at life on stage one. Like, you didn't even get past stage one. And instead of like buckling down, working harder, and going back to school for engineering or something like that, you're going to go and do the easy way out. And then like, oh, I'm like, hello, everybody. I'm going to buy some Twitter followers. And that's what's happening now, except it just happens to be in my industry. And have I ever called this a real job? Have I ever... Joker just started doing videos. Joker didn't need the money. 46, 47 years old. Like I said, everybody else had a career in a profession before. No, we didn't do this like, hey, man, take my class. It's like, yeah, well, I mean, I'm here and I'm making sure, take this class, but at least my classes are different. It's not, how do I get the girls? Matter of fact, I refuse to answer that question anymore. It's been beaten to death. But that's what's happening is you got these failures, and that's what most modern day life coaches are. If they ever use the word life coach or coach, except in a spoofy way like Coach Red Pill, who I think is an economist and does his own, he just happens to make videos every once in a while. But if you come out and you actually say you're a life coach, that God almighty, man, that's like a loser. That's like the biggest red flag ever. It's like a woman coming out saying, I'm a feminist. Like, no, I don't care. You can listen. Even go ahead if it helps me. I guess the false prophet who still gets you to read the Bible is good. All right. But when it comes to new stuff and new material, or like, here's a problem you're going to face. Okay, here's the book. Here's the Bible, whatever. All right. And they give you, and they just read the teacher that reads from the book. Okay, fine. You learn about valence electron configuration and chemistry 101. You didn't learn how to do molar conversions. But do they have the experience? Do they have the knowledge? Do they got the age? That if it comes to a specific situation you're in, can they help you with that? This isn't me advertising, asshole, because I'm just wondering, like, are all they are just a by the book academic, a theoretician? Are they able to predict and forecast what's happening? Because, everyone maybe likes to pick on roll. That guy looks 10 years down the road and usually figures it out. I do the same, obviously, though, with economics and maybe more sociology. But that's where it doesn't do you any good to have information we already know. It's like, oh crap, this is, and heck, what's his name? Rich, he moved on. He's doing some other stuff. I'm moving on to other things. I'll give you another example of someone who is totally legit. A lot of people don't like because he charged a lot of money, but he's legit. Andrew Henderson, nomad capitalist. That's where you might want to be considering moving. Now, we could sit here and jerk off all we want to red pill content and girls and da-da-da. I'm like, yeah, okay, now that we've had that done, now the next stuff is getting off this rock and diversifying your sovereignty, your political risk, your financial risk, your banking, and your internet. Getting and finding another place to live in case the West goes down. That's forward looking. And here, by gosh, here's a guy who did the work, did the research, did all the traveling and studying with the banking on Andrew Henderson. And he's a younger fella. He's like 34 or so, but he put in the work and he's unique. He's the foremost expert in his field because he thought ahead. And I don't know how many wannabe Andrew Hendersons are like, hey, you know, taxes are high and they hate people who work hard in these countries with my course. Da, 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 da. I'm like, who the heck is this guy? So there you go. I'm just wondering. I even took notes because, yeah, self-declared expert, Twitter found not checked. Beards, the freaking beards. Oh my God. Got a beard. Oh, knock it off with the beards. That is as tiring as those millennials who got the brown shoes with the blue socks and the pants that come only down to about here. Sick of that. Yeah, no more gorillas, no more apes. Yeah, that's it. All right. I got to go on with Carrie Lutz here pretty soon. So let's hold off on the super chats. Go through the super chats real quick. It's just too early in the morning to piss me off. And it was just like this other one. Stone had even said this one was recommended to me. I'm like, oh, who the hell are you? Nonstop Dre 2 books. You rebranding to BBC Banker Bill Consulting? No, never have, never will. Dre, you ever go to sleep? Jacked and stacked, hardcore self-improvement, all the alpha male stuff these days makes me cringe. Like, what is with all the alpha this, alpha that? So cringe, man. Yeah. I mean, if it was like 10 years ago, fine. Alpha male Decu 2X, Jack Murphy is a biatch. I don't know anything about Jack Murphy. I know he had that thing recently. It really is. I know it seems coincidental, and obviously I'm aware of him being a little girl and he's losing his crap, but I don't know anything about his back. But he's got a beard! Look at me! Nonstop Dre, this is sponsored by the Carlson Honor Alumni. I have a feeling no one goes to those things anymore. Atham, $2. I'm a better life coach. Yeah, here's a perfect example. This is why Atham is going to inherit. If I die, Atham gets asshole consulting because he's gone down the path. And Atham, we got to work on that project once I'm done with taxes and you're done with school. But yeah, like if I die or I just retire, y'all ought to listen to Atham. You know why? Because he went through even worse hell than I did. You can't replicate that. And he doesn't have a beard. Nonstop Dre, $2. Who do you hate more, fake life coaches or teachers? Teachers. They're from the same pool. But at least life coaches like didn't just go immediately at the age of 17 and declare themselves teachers. They try to have their hand at real life a little bit. And I guess they're entrepreneurial. Teachers are just Marxist parasites. Silence Do Good, $5. The only job Fresh had fit was informing on their human trafficking. No, they both had real jobs. Fresh was a computer science major and he worked 2 fast food restaurants, night shift and day shift. Fresh had a real job. And here's a perfect example. They had their jobs. This was also just a side thing. And it was new. I will stand up. Fresh and Fit is the example of like a new entrant that offered something new, something different. They brought in and introduced the concept of how all the internet was like the online dating sites and Instagram was accelerating and warping the SMV market. They're 100% legit. You may not like them, but they didn't come in. And I don't think they offer classes, do they? They just offer a show, right? Dre, $2. Johnny Kim would be a legit life coach. Yeah, but you know what? Johnny Kim probably doesn't want to do anything. I think he's tired enough. I think that man may just wants to be a dad, smoke a big old stogie, and get fat. And he'd have every right to. Big Vis 497, $5. I've seen live stream where 12 of these guys talk about one person for 5 hours. Wow. Yeah. I don't know if I really talk about one person at all. Chris is Black, our tornado chasing agent in field, $2. Can you talk about the Lake Minnetonka suicides? What are the new ones? Or the one where the guy just killed his family because his fraudulent company was fraudulent. And you're so stupid, he didn't realize that was going to end pretty soon with the bank. Chris, text me the article if you got it. Because I don't know if that's new or not. All right. I'll see you guys later, Toodles.